All right, hello and welcome to the Hall of Recall by Shayla's Angels. Take it away, Clark.
Hi, everybody. We're Shayla's Angels, and I'm Clark Walker. This is a little app that we designed that's based on the idea of a memory palace. And a memory palace is this idea that you can remember notes or details about some topic that you're trying to learn by embedding it in a space to some extent. So people memorize dictionaries, memorize large books, memorize huge volumes of information with shocking accuracy using these kind of techniques. And this little game, as you will see, won't allow you to do just that, but it's a fun little thing that could potentially be useful for little quick memory things that you want to do.
Perfect. This is Shayla with Shayla's Angels, and you may be wondering why we decided to create a memory palace. A memory palace is pretty useful in terms of being able to recount information or events based on where you were. How many times have you experienced hearing a song for the first time and you hear it again, say years later, but you can close your eyes and remember the exact scene where you were when you first heard it, maybe what you had on or who you were with. That's the exact idea of a memory palace, and it's really a wonderful tool to be able to not only recount information but also store information and knowledge that you may need down the line. So
Wonderful. I'm Calvin Cruiser, and this project is really for people who associate memory with virtual space. So, say for instance, you remember what exactly is in that first question block of the first Mario level. That kind of information stored is exactly what we're after here, in that you can place your own block in that virtual space, and in doing so, you would be able to add information of any kind and have it available later on for recall. And in that way, it could be a very interesting way to store some data, also in a kind of a fun way. I'll hand it over here to my friend Weston Gibby.
Well, to begin, let us log in by placing our username and our password and hitting play now. Tito, take it from here.
All right, everybody. This is Tito with Shayla's Angels. I'd like to introduce you to a little bit of the functionality of our game. As you can see, I'm moving around. You can use either the directional arrow keys or WASD, W to jump. You can also use spacebar to jump. As you'll see, he only jumps when he's touching the ground. You can also do this really cool thing where you moonwalk. Woo! So cool, so cool. Anyway, dropping signs can be executed with the P key. If you want, you can drop many signs. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, in the future, some of the things that we'd like to integrate are CRUD functionality, so that you'll be able to create, read, update, and delete any of the notes that you make. Then we'd also like to do enable you to have more scenes that you can pick from, or even potentially customize different scenes that would be available to you, along with selecting different sprites that might be available, as well as customizing sprites, even down to different kinds of signs that you might be able to drop. Furthermore, we'd like to integrate the ability to share your memory space with other users, so it could be an opportunity for them to work collaboratively with you, or just learn about new information so that they don't have to go make their own memory palace. Finally, we would like to gamify the app a little bit to keep our users coming back and give them opportunities to track things like number of days in a streak that they have returned to the memory palace, as well as different kinds of goals that they might have for working with other users and collaborating. One API that we did look into that would help us to that end would be the Habitica API, which is used for the Habit RPG game. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today for the Hall of Recall by Shayla's Angels.
Snap out on 3. 1, 2.
Please work.